up though, DashFam? Keeping it real out here on 94. It's fucking 95 out. It's like 90. Didn't do too many videos today, so I'll get a little drafting off this semi that's going 65. Why is my fucking tire feeling weird? It's the road, I guess. So what up? What we get going today? Oh, fucking sweated balls outside all day. Oh yeah. First went over to Raven and did some roofing and some air conditioning fixing with some fuse, hit. That shit went on. So went from Raven over to Capri Court to check on the AC there and hit the switch on that and it worked. I think it started cooling. We'll see. And did a couple door handles there, and then we went over to fucking Ego over by 8 and Gratiot and did some fucking overgrowth remediation there. Look at how short they cut that lawn over on the right. Holy fuck, they scalp it. But yeah, I'm just catching the draft off of this semi going 65 on 94. Got a little side job I can look at off a 7 mile, but it's too hot. I'm not doing it today. Down to 60.
Last question. This is the beliefs round. 1, 2, 3. Where have you experienced awe?
Where have I experienced awe? Well, many times. But for sure, my first meditation. I'd just been taught. And I was taken to a little room, a little place. And my teacher said, sit here, start your meditation, I'll be back in 20 minutes. So I sat, closed my eyes, and I say it was as if I was in an elevator and someone snapped the cables. Within I went. That's the meditation.
Semi's back up to 65. He's ripping it.
You seem to truly have found some level of contentment that I don't think a lot of people have.
It's all there within. If it happened to me, it can happen to anybody. And it's a great trip we're all on. It just makes it greater when you're transcending every day.
For a longer version of this conversation with filmmaker David Lynch, search for NPR's new podcast, Wildcard, with Rachel Martin. Support for Wildcard with Rachel Martin comes from Fisher Investments. As a fiduciary, Fisher Investments is obligated to act in your client's best interest. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
From Ross, 94 right here. Hopefully we'll get some indoor work tomorrow. I do have a snake I can do at 2:30, so just fuck around with those sticks until 2:30.
Good afternoon. You're listening to All Things Considered on Michigan Public. I'm Christopher Johnson in for Rebecca Crew. News is up ahead. Still ahead on All Things Considered. A landmark verdict orders Chiquita, one of the world's largest banana companies, to pay millions of dollars in damages to relatives of 8 Colombian men murdered by a paramilitary death squad. But that's not the end of Chiquita's legal woes. Support for Michigan Public comes from Michigan Alzheimer's Disease Center, committed to memory and aging research, clinical care, and education. A statewide effort conducting studies to help further dementia care and treatment. Learn more at alzheimers.med.umich.edu. In the Michigan Public Weather Forecast, it's rather warm outside. Temps are between the mid-80s to about 90. It's 4:30.
It's All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Sasha Feinberg.
And at Mary Louise Kelly, there's a new free database of records about formerly enslaved people. I've found individuals who were enslaved with my ancestors in Mississippi, and had my ancestors not been sold off a couple years prior, they would have ended up in the same auction with those people.
First, this news.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Louise Schiavone. President Biden has opened the door to eventual citizenship for qualified spouses of U.S. citizens who are currently without legal status. In an executive action, legal status and protections would be given to about 500,000 spouses and about 50,000 non-citizen children of immigrants under 21 whose parent is married to a citizen. It allows these qualified spouses to apply for permanent residency and eventual citizenship.
Yeah, shake that
Senators today
can.
grilled the outgoing
guy's
CEO
out
of
here in this
Boeing
heat,
on
man.
the aircraft
Bringing it.
manufacturer's safety failures
Oh, yeah,
with
drip.
hundreds of people who lost loved ones
I'm
in
going right when this
737
clears.
MAX
You know how
jet
I do it.
crashes
I
in
ain't got
attendance.
time. That guy lives on
Boeing
my block
executive
right
David
there on
Cameron
that
turned to
Mercedes
them
van.
and apologized.
Or he lives down
And
the
he
block
told the
from me.
committee,
We are making progress. We understand the gravity,
Yeah,
and we're committed to moving forward with transparency.
Long ass truck,
accountability.
long ass
new
trailer. and I'm
whistleblower
gone after
charges
this.
allege that Boeing is continuing to hide problems from regulators.
And it turned green.
Amazon
on me.
workers at the company's only
See how this one
unionized
does.
warehouse in New York are
Probably turn
joining
this one
forces with
green
the
on me, you know
Teamsters
what I mean?
Union.
That guy went,
NPR's
so I'll
Alina
probably just
Sendia
follow
reports.
suit.
It's been 2 years since the Amazon labor union won a historic victory to represent
See if I can
hundreds of
catch this
workers
next
at a
one.
Staten Island warehouse. But Amazon is still litigating that vote, refusing to sit down for a collective bargaining contract. Meanwhile, the Amazon union's finances and internal cohesion have
If you want to send me a
deteriorated.
ticket, send it to 321 Get Fucked Avenue. P.O. Box. Go fuck yourself.
The Teamsters are separately working with Amazon workers in
Teamsters,
Kentucky
I'm
trying
happy
to
to be
unite
home,
the
man.
aircraft
It's a
hub.
long
Alina
ass
Sendia,
fucking
NPR
day out in
News.
the hot.
Wall Street, the
Sit
Dow
on the
Jones
couch with some
Industrial Average
waters.
closed up 56, the
Smacking
Nasdaq
on
up
some
5.
bangers.
This is NPR.
With Michigan
Smacking
Public
on some
News, I'm
bangers.
Christopher Johnson. Advocates for undocumented people in Michigan.
And I got
are
some
praising
snacks, I
federal
got some
policy
ice
changes
cream and some
affecting immigrants
popsicles
married
and
to
shit.
U.S. citizens.
So that's
The
good.
Biden administration will allow certain spouses of U.S. citizens without legal status to apply for permanent residency and eventually citizenship. Adonis Flores is with Michigan United.
This moment is long overdue. We are here to celebrate a small victory.
It says 91
for our
out there.
families, but much more work needs to
Probably
be
real feel of
done.
100. I mean, it's not too
Advocates
bad
say
like
the policy
yesterday.
change
It's
could
warm, but it's
directly
not too
affect
scorcher.
50,000 Michiganders.
You know how we do it.
A legal battle over
Guess
the
I'm gonna
future
wait
of
here.
Enbridge Energy's Line 5 pipeline will continue in the state of Michigan court. That's after Enbridge lost a federal court ruling yesterday. We have more from Michigan Public's Rick Pluta.
The U.S. Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals decision returns the oil pipeline case to the Ingham County Circuit Court.
God, I hate
The
people like
appeals court
this.
held Enbridge had missed a deadline to move the case from a state to a federal court.
Look at this
Michigan Attorney
fucking
General
dickhead,
Dick
man.
Nessel and state environmental groups cheered the decision. They
They're
prefer
leaving
to
them in the
change
dust.
Michigan
So,
rules.
go fuck
Michigan
yourself.
judge
You're not gonna make that
ordered the
light.
pipeline temporarily closed.
Fucking douchebag.
Following anchor strikes on the pipeline that moves light crude oil and natural gas liquids. Enbridge spokesperson
Don't try and get
says
around
the
me, you
company
fucking
still
idiot.
has high hopes of
I'm gonna go in this right lane just to piss him off.
He says Enbridge is moving ahead with plans to encase Line 5 in a tunnel beneath the Straits of Mackinac.
Yeah, get the
I'm
fuck
Rick.
around me.
Enbridge is one of Michigan Public's corporate sponsors. Henry Ford Health and Michigan State University broke ground yesterday on their new research facility in Detroit's New Center neighborhood.
Oh,
The
yeah, they're
center is
breaking
the
ground
first
on
phase
shit
of
all
a
over the
$3
place.
billion investment into a partnership
Can't wait
between
to
the
get into this
university
AC and
and
sit on
health
that motherfucking
MSU
couch with some
President
weed.
Evan Guskowitz said
AC
the
and
facility
weed,
will
nothing
serve as a
better.
beacon of hope
THC and air
well-being for
conditioning.
Detroiters.
And that's because
No better way to spend your summer.
advancements that happen here have the capability
Well, I mean, if I lived in a fucking
indelibly change healthcare as we know it.
lake town or
The
something,
research
I'd
center
probably
is
not
part
smoke
of the
as much
future of
weed. But
health
you know what? I
Detroit.
don't. So what the fuck,
Development
man?
project, which includes major
I gotta smoke
expansion
some
of
weed.
Henry Ford
It's my
Hospital
fucking
and the
pastime. It's my
creation of
hobby.
mixed-use residential buildings in the area. The center is expected
catching
to
that
open
buzz.
in 2027. This is Michigan Public News.
Support for NPR comes from the station.
So
And
that
from
guy's
Bluma,
dating
a
that
cloud-based
chick.
phone service for any size business.
I thought he
with
was
an
dating the other
automated
chick
virtual
there.
receptionist, video meetings, and other
That's
features
weird.
to connect to customers and coworkers anywhere. At
All right,
ooma.com/.